The lubby-dubby, that kiss, the wide, the bun, the binny with me, the lubby-dubby, they like the this, the one the wide, the don't find, the get it with me. So Chris Breezy is standing up for T-Peasy because BBL Dreezy is in his feelings and Chubbsy look like a fuzzy wuzzy. Okay. So we got Chris Brown, Joe Budden, Offset, OVO Chubbs reacts to T-Pain calling out Drake to retire. What you got for me, Chuggs?
We are not going to do this to a legend like T-Pain. T-Pain has given us so many hits. The man is a legend, and that's how we should treat him. Now, a couple days ago, T-Pain was on a podcast called the Crash Dummies Podcast. He was actually having a conversation about his career, but unfortunately for T-Pain, he made the one mistake of using Drake as an example.
The one thing I learned from Drake, and here's the crazy thing, one thing I learned from Drake, one thing he hasn't followed his own words. Drake said, I want to be one of them people that gracefully bow out and not get kicked out. I have ever since said, you really think y'all appreciate.
And you know what? And you know what's so crazy about this? I don't understand why people are mad at T-Pain for repeating what Drake said. Like, I really like, I don't understand why the media is making this a big deal, because all T-Pain is doing is regurgitating, repeating, restating what Drake said. So now T-Pain's like, oh, I remember when Drake said that I don't want to be pushed out. I don't want to be forced to retire. I'm just going to fade back on my own. So now years later, we see that Drake is not doing what he said that he was going to do. And T-Pain just saying, well, yeah, Drake should have listened to his own self. Why are people so mad about that? I don't understand why people are so mad about T-Pain repeating what Drake actually said.
Say, John. I have ever since said, you really think y'all.
I truly don't understand that.
Unfortunately for T-Pain, he made the one mistake of using Drake as an example.
The one thing I learned from Drake, and here's the crazy thing, one thing I learned from Drake, but one thing he hasn't followed his own words. Drake said, I want to be one of them people that gracefully bow out and not get kicked out. I have ever since said, you really think y'all appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all when I drop. Don't worry about it. I'll just drop something. Let me know if you heard it. Drake is like, no, listen, okay, I got another one. Oh, check this out. Check this out. Y'all didn't like that one? Okay, real quick, just one more. Let me try one more. And then he's the person that he said, you know, he didn't want to be. And I learned that from him. Like when he said that, I want to gracefully bow out and not get kicked out. I was like, you know what? I'm out this bitch.
This is live shows now.
I'm out this motherfucker. I'm not trying to impress y'all niggas. Y'all niggas don't give a fuck about live or die. Why the fuck would I keep trying to impress y'all niggas? I'm out. I'm done. I did everything that I was trying to do. I changed the game. I made a sound. What else? What else?
You literally can't. It's only, even if you make a hit today,
it won't even. That's just normal.
Yes.
It's just normal. It's like, yeah, that's okay.
Well, shit.
Cool song.
Now, after everybody heard this clip, some people actually agreed with T-Pain saying, yo, Drake, it's time for you to gracefully retire. You've made your money. You've made your hits. Right now, people are not rocking with you in the culture. So do us all a favor and just quit. Now, there's also people calling out T-Pain for hating on Drake. Some people said T-Pain was salty because Drake did not give him a verse in the past.
How is that being salty? He's just repeating what he said. You can't get mad at somebody repeating what someone else said. That's it.
People also said that T-Pain was actually jealous that Drake had the career that he wanted. Now, Drake himself also felt the same way. He responded back to T-Pain saying, this guy always had resentment for me. You can hear it every time he speaks on my name. Offset also joined in to defend Drake. He said the boy is the boy. Shit ain't gonna change. All that hating on another grown man who does more numbers than everybody is diabolical. Now,
bro, see, numbers has nothing to do with nothing. We are talking about your morals, your principles, you as a man. See, that's how when you know numbers are not the end all be all, right? Just because you have more numbers than someone doesn't mean. I mean, if you want to talk about stats, okay, cool. But we ain't talking about stats. We're talking about you as an individual. We're talking about you as a man. We talk about you as a cringy person. Yes, listen. There's nothing that anybody can do that can take away what Drake accomplished. He has accomplished a lot of things. He has broke a lot of records. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about you. as a person, as an individual. Nah, you ain't this person that you've been rapping about for the past 15 years, past 12 years. And all this stuff that you've been doing, that you've been getting away with, is now starting to catch up with you. Because you don't have that same power. You don't have that same leverage. So now people are getting their lick back. Let's be honest. Hey, it is what it is. Shit.
Now, despite his history with Drake, Joe Budden actually defended Drake on his podcast. According to Joe, despite Kendrick Lamar beating his ass last year, Drake is still Drake and he does not need to retire.
Now, if I have resentment and I'm looking for a reason, I might say that.
If I'm T-Pain, I got a problem when Shut It Down came out with Dream.
That's different. That I could get. That I understand.
But if you understand that, then we don't have to focus on whether T-Pain got the album wrong. We've highlighted where T-Pain could build resentment. I'm hearing somebody
sound like a little bit more than that.
Take a look. Well, maybe it is. I ain't spoke to Pain about it, and I'm not repping for either side. I don't have a horse in this.
Me neither. I'm just
I respect both of them, and they both goats to me.
They sound a little bit more than just
like you fucking with T-Pain. But T-Pain married.
No. I wasn't even saying that. But a lot of times somebody come in and get hot. You hear you know you want to work with them or something. Drake. I don't know of any Drake T-Pain records.
Okay. So
I might not have did that with you. Now I'm cool. T-Pain ain't been popping like that in a minute, and now I feel away.
T-Pain is also extremely close with Lil Wayne. So while you don't have T-Pain and Drake records, you have a bunch of T-Pain and Wayne records.
Whole project.
Can't believe it.
Leads back to my theory that I ain't saying yet. That I've already said.
I read something that
I said it mad times. I don't know why people don't. But 25% of people that view Drake differently after that battle, even if you want to up that percentage to 35, let's call it 65, 35. 35 people that may view Drake differently. If Drake loses 40% of who Drake was, then nigga, that's still Drake, and you still got to deal with him. He's still gonna sell records.
I don't think the number's that high, by the way.
I don't think so either. I think they fickle.
Yeah, in terms of actual, like I'm going to listen to or purchase or go to a show or whatever, I don't think that probably impacts.
I don't think he budgets for him really.
The battle, yeah.
No, he's 100% seen differently.
No,
for
sure,
people,
bro.
The perception might be different.
100% see, man. Drake, man. I don't look at Drake the same. There's a lot of people that don't look at Drake the same. Yeah, but it's not just Kendrick. It's not just Kendrick. He has done things himself that made people be like, man, what is you on, bro? Like, what is you doing? Why you keep taking these weird ass pictures? Why you got a BBL stuff, bro? So it's not just Kendrick. It's Drake himself. Drake got to take responsibility for killing his own career as well.
Perception is different on him.
That's because he's still him. He hasn't dropped that Drake hit.
When he drops the Drake hit, damage was done. I don't want to get back into last year.
Yeah.
Damage was done.
I agree.
With that said,
significant damage.
Yeah. With that said, he's still Drake. He's still gonna sell records. He's still gonna be number one. Niggas are still gonna listen. He's still gonna tour. He's still gonna create his own path because, like I said, nobody's been at this level. On the flip side of that, niggas that hate you are gonna hate you. And there's nothing you can do about that. So if that's T-Pain, if that's me, if that's whoever it is, and that impacts their commentary, then I don't want to hear Drake respond every time he thinks somebody is saying something out of shade. If you want to do it, cool. But no, he should be on a mission right now. And this is coming from, I think the 21 album is fire. I think that the Party album is fire. Like, I call him on a little lightweight run. It ain't the Drake run that we know it to be.
Drake, it
ain't the Drake run we know it to be because he's doing all this Playboy Cardi, all this other. It's just this. He's in a listen. Let people design.
I think he's fighting to have something stick to the wall.
If nothing sticks to the wall, he's still Drake, and you got to deal with him.
I don't think he thinks that.
Well, that's different.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's different.
I think he want to come reclaim his spot, and I'm not mad at that. I don't think if that's how he feels internally, then who the fuck is T-Pain to tell him ride off into the sunset?
Yeah, I don't know if creatives or musicians specifically can have to ever feel like they need to retire. They rarely don't. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So
we got rumors of Jay-Z having an album.
Yeah, but there's something to be said for how you retire. Like, a Kobe retirement is still a Kobe retirement, and it's reserved for the greats. And Drake is great.
So. We're talking about
We talk Father Time plays a part in the Kobe retirement, but Father Time don't play a part in Drake retirement. Drake don't have to retire. No, I think you're talking about the perception of the retirement. Yeah, you're talking about that. So Drake sailed off into the sunset on his own terms. He can give you one album every 4 or 5 years, right? By all intents and purposes, he's retired, right? He can come out. If he changes output,
that would be.
If he changes output,
that would be retirement.
ideal.
But he's very much active.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He's out here. He's nowhere near retirement from what it seems. If I'm just reading the tea leaves. And when he decides to retire, there will be the parade down 34th Street.
I think so.
It ain't many rappers active right now that's getting a parade. I know all of y'all think that your shit don't stink. All of y'all ain't gonna get a farewell.
Now, Drake's right-hand man, OVO Chubbs, was not having it. Man, who said Chubbs won't get active for Drake and crash out? Chubbs is normally quiet whenever people go at Drake. Last night, he told T-Pain, bro, just because we let Kendrick slide, bro, we're not letting you slide. Chubbs was out in France having the time of his life, and he took a little bit of time to troll T-Pain and clown him. Here's what he did.
Yo, play T-Pain song for me. T-Pain. T-Pain, hold on. T-Pain.
Hold on, is this Chubbs right here? Now, come on, Chubbs. See, this is what we not gonna do, bro. Everybody know who T-Pain is. Come on, especially the song with But man, I'm gonna buy you with. Stop it. See, now this is where you gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill. This is obviously a skit. He went up to the DJ and said, "Hey, act like you don't know who T-Pain is, okay? I'm about to make this video. Act like you don't know who he is, even though I know you know T-Pain and Lil Wayne and T-Pain and Chris Brown. I know you know, but just act like you don't know, okay?"
T-Pain. T-Pain. I gotta find the DJ, T-Pain. Hold up, I gotta find the DJ. Hold up. I gotta get T-Pain right. Hold up, y'all gotta play some T-Pain in this bitch. What y'all talking about? The DJ at? Hold up, T. That's my man. T-Pain, I got you right now. DJ. I need to play some T-Pain.
Obviously, this is a skit. Like this don't hit. Now, if a casual fan or a casual person would have went up to the DJ and said, "Hey, play this T-Pain," and the DJ didn't know, then you might have something. But obviously, they know who you are because you just seen him smiling like, "Did I do it right, boss?" Like corny. See, this is why Drake be losing so much because he got corny niggas like this doing corny shit like this. So now I understand why Drake be doing the corny shit that he do because he got corny people like this doing corny shit that's in his corner. A whole bunch of corny shit.
I hate Drake.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. That was actually hilarious. Who knew Chubbs had a sense of humor?
No, that was not hilarious. That was pretty cringy. That was pretty cringy. Come on, Chuggs. Come on, Chuggs.
Now, in a very interesting and surprising twist, Chris Brown came in and he actually defended T-Pain. Chris is also another person that tends to stay out of people's business, but after seeing the hate that T-Pain was getting online, he put out this message. Random thought. T-Pain is one of the GOATs of my generation. Giving you your flowers, pioneer. Love you, my brother. Now, I do agree with Chris Brown. T-Pain is definitely a pioneer. I don't think anybody that knows hip-hop would actually disagree with that. Chris Brown is letting people know that he's rocking with T-Pain, even though some people can say that Drake actually gave Chris Brown one of the biggest hits of his career. Very, very interesting. You guys get in the comments below. What do you guys make of these?
Shout out to Chris Brizzy for standing on business, man. T-Pain is a legend, man. T-Pain got so many songs. Like, we ain't about to do that. Like, nah, we ain't about to do that. You know, T-Pain got so many hits. But shout out to Chris Brown for speaking up for T-Pain, man. I respect that. Salute to Chris Brizzy. And y'all leave a comment down below, man. How do you feel about Joe Budden, T-Pain, Chris Brown, Chubbs, goofy ass, and everybody else responding to the current situation? It's your boy Damn D signing out, baby.